Section 1 of Highways in Hiding by George O. Smith. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Chapter 1. I came up out of the blackness just enough to know that I was no longer pinned down by a couple of tons of wrecked automobile. I floated on soft sheets with only a light blanket over me. I hurt all over like 160 pounds of boil. My right arm was numb and my left thigh was aching. Breathing felt like being stabbed with rapiers, and the skin on my face felt stretched tight. There was a bandage over my eyes, and the place was as quiet as the grave. But I knew that I was not in any grave because my nose was working just barely well enough to register the unmistakable pungent odor that only goes with hospitals. I tried my sense of perception, but like any delicate and critical sense, perception was one of the first to go. I could not dig out beyond a few inches. I could sense the bed and the white sheets, and that was all. Some brave soul had hauled me out of that crack-up before the fuel tank went up in the fire. I hope that whoever he was, he'd had enough sense to haul Catherine out of the mess first. The thought of living without Catherine was too dark to bear, and so I just let the blackness close down over me again because it cut out all pain, both physical and mental. The next time I awoke, there was light, and a pleasant male voice saying, "Steve Cornell? Steve, can you hear me?" I tried to answer, but no sound came out, not even a hoarse croak. The voice went on, "Don't try to talk, Steve. Just think it." Catherine, I thought sharply, because most medicos are telepath, not perceptive. "Catherine is all right," he replied. "Can I see her?" "Lord, no," he said quickly. "You'd scare her half to death the way you look right now." "How bad off am I?" "You're a mess, Steve. Broken ribs, compound fracture of the left tibia, broken humerus, scars, mars, abrasions, some flash burn, and post-accident shock. And, if you're interested, not a trace of Mekstrom's disease." Mekstrom's disease, was my thought of horror. "Forget it, Steve. I always check for it because it's been my specialty. Don't worry." "Okay. So, how long have I been here?" 8 days. 8 days? Couldn't you do the usual job? "You were pretty badly ground up, Steve. That's what took the time. Now, suppose you tell me what happened." Catherine and I were eloping, just like most other couples do since Rhine Institute made it difficult to find personal privacy. Then we cracked up. "What did it?" asked the doctor. "Perceptives like you usually sense danger before you can see it." Catherine called my attention to a peculiar road sign, and I sent my perception back to take another dig. We hit the fallen limb of a tree and went over and over. You know the rest. "Bad," said the doctor. "But what kind of sign would call your interest so deep that you didn't at least see the limb, even if you were perceiving the sign?" "Peculiar sign," I thought. Ornamental wrought iron gizmo with curlicues and a little decorative circle that sort of looks like the Boy Scout Tenderfoot badge, suspended on 3 spokes. One of the spokes was broken away. I got involved because I was trying to guess whether it had been shot away by some vandal who missed the central design. And then, bluey. "It's really too bad, Steve. But you'll be all right in a while." "Thanks, Doctor. Doctor. "Sorry, Steve. I forget that everybody is not telepath like I am. I'm James Thorndyke." Much later, I began to wake up again, and with better clarity of mind, I found that I could extend my esper as far as the wall and through the door by a few inches. It was strictly hospital, all right. Sear white and stainless steel as far as my esper could reach. In my room was a nurse, rustling in starched white. I tried to speak, croaked once, and then paused to form my voice. "Can I see? Where is—" I stopped again, because the nurse was probably as esper as I was and required a full sentence to get the thought behind it. Only a telepath like the doctor could have followed my jumbled ideas. But the nurse was good. She tried. "Mr. Cornell, you're awake." "Look, nurse." "Take it easy. I'm Miss Farrow. I'll get the doctor." "No, wait. I've been here 8 days. "But you were badly hurt, you know." "But the doctor, he said that she was here too." "Don't worry about it, Mr. Cornell." "But he said that she was not badly hurt." "Oh, she wasn't." "Then why is she here so long?" Miss Farrow laughed cheerfully. "Your Christine is in fine shape. She is still here because she wouldn't leave until you were well out of danger. Now stop fretting. You'll see her soon enough." Her laugh was light but strained. It sounded off-key because it was as off-key as a 10-yard strip of bald-faced perjury. She left in a hurry, and I was able to esper as far as outside the door, where she leaned back against the wood and began to cry. She was hating herself because she had blown her lines, and she knew that I knew it. And Catherine had never been in this hospital, because if she had been brought in with me, the nurse would have known the right name. Not that it mattered to me now, but Miss Farrow was no esper, or she'd have dug my belongings and found Catherine's name on the license. Miss Farrow was a telepath. I'd not called my girl by name, only by an affectionate mental image. End of Chapter 1.